I cannot believe that there are actually men out there trying to rationalize and justify what Jeffrey Epstein and Donald Trump and that whole group, whether Democrats or Republicans, what they did to children. Oh, they're arguing, well, 15 is better than 5. I'm sorry. There is no well if or buts or whatever. It was a child. That's the only thing. If that young boy or girl was 17 years old, so with 11 months and 29 days to their age, they are still a child in the eyes of the law. You attack them. You give them alcohol. Do you think the court's going to say, well, they're almost 18? No, they're not going to judge you any different. The laws are that way for a reason. But the reason a lot of these guys are now making this argument is there are a lot of men who want to satisfy themselves so much they don't care. I remember hearing one character use a very disgusting phrase, which I won't say, but it essentially said, if the girl had entered puberty, she was old enough for him to go to bed with. I cleaned it up a whole lot, but that was their attitude. And I'm afraid there's a lot of guys who won't verbalize what they're thinking, but would have no problem. Doesn't matter how old, so long as she's entered puberty, they're ready, and they would take advantage and have. And that's why some of these characters are arguing. Well, at least it wasn't like a 5-year-old, a 3-year-old. My God, would you even consider doing it with a 3-year-old? Some of them would. You hear in the news, some guy assaulted a baby that was under a year old and was arrested. Some are so sick. So when you're arguing, well, at least it's not 5, you're saying that you would in the right case. If you were on a deserted island, you were shipwrecked, and it was just you and a 5-year-old little girl, the answer is I would not touch that child. Not when she was 5, not when she was 6, not when she was 7, not when she was 8, not when she was 9, not when she was 10, not when she was 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, or maybe not on after that, because she become by that point like a daughter to you. That is the answer. But how many men say, well, if I was there and I was unsatisfied for all those years? Those are the ones saying, making excuses and rationalizing. And anyone who votes against releasing the unredacted files or in any way aids the not getting them released is either probably on those files or has done something like this in their past, and they're probably scared to death of that information coming out. Who knows what they did, and might start talking. Anyone who votes no is subject. You say, well, it's a woman. Well, do women sometimes do those type of things? That Maxwell gal, she's in prison for aiding it and having done it herself. Yeah, there's some sick women out there too. And sometimes those women just simply look the other way when their son did it, or their spouse did it, or their father did it. So there's a lot of guilty people out there. Might not have done the very act themselves, but they covered up for it. And that's just as bad. I understand not wanting your child to go to jail, to prison. I understand that. But anyone voting against releasing these files, there's a question mark over their name. Remember that. Have a good day.